Today we're going to review the process of using the VariQuest vinyl sheets and the cutout maker in order to create a transfer that you can apply to windows, signage, or other things throughout your school. We have already gone through and pulled up the Design Center software on our Design Center platform. I've gone through to enter in our office hours of 8 until 10, and then I'm going to choose Next. When you are using the vinyl medium, you're going to want to make sure that you select Preserve Letter Order at the bottom of the screen. This way, when you go through in order to perform your cut, everything will be in a simple line that you can then use a transfer tape to take off of the sheet and then apply it to whatever your other medium is. Again, whether it be a window, wall, or potentially signage. From here, we can again go through and choose the letter or font type that we like. I'm going to choose David. And then from there, when we select next, we want to make sure that we've selected our material size and vinyl sheets as our medium. From here, you can see that it has office hours 8 to 10 selected, and then we'll choose next. We're going to do just one copy and then continue on. I'm not going to save this particular job. From here, we're going to go ahead and take our vinyl medium and put it on top of the cutout maker. You can follow the prompts that appear on the display panel. This simply says to load the vinyl sheet and then press go. At that point, we're going to want to make sure that we go through and smooth out the medium so that there aren't any air bubbles or other pockets on the media. We can then go ahead and press go once more. We do recommend that you have made sure that you have the weeding tool or potentially a set of tweezers or other device that will help you with your help you as you go through to remove the excess vinyl from the sheet. I like to also have a pair of scissors on hand because in some cases, if you're going to use a smaller section of the media, you don't want to waste it and you'll keep it around for a future use later. So I have actually gone through and made sure that I have both a pair of scissors as well as a weeding tool right here, which we'll zoom in on in a little bit once the actual cut has been completed. As you can see, the cutout maker is going through and cutting out all of our letters as well as our couple of numbers here. I do want to remind you as well that the cutout maker has been calibrated specifically for vinyl sheets that are purchased through VariQuest. You can find them on the VariQuest Resource Center by going to resources.variquest.com. While it may be possible to try and cut other media on the cutout maker, we cannot guarantee that the quality of the cut will be perfect if you use something other than the VariQuest vinyl sheets. And we want to make sure that you have the best experience possible. So again, we do recommend that you always make sure that you've got those particular supplies on hand. As you can see now, we've gone through and had the cut completed. I'm going to remove the media, and if we look very closely, you might be able to see the outline that's gone through right up here. Again, because I want to use the rest of this media potentially later, I'm going to go ahead and simply cut off the excess and store that for later. If you have a straight edge or a C cutter, you might choose to use that instead so you've got a nice clean cut. I know sometimes I end up going off kilter a little bit and we don't want to have that type of problem. From there, what we'll do is you can look simply in the top section right here and just peel back a little bit with your fingernail, and you'll see you get it started and then just start to pull. If you don't have great fingernails, like I don't, you can use a set of tweezers instead. But again, you're going to want to just go through and lightly peel back. Again, as you get close in, you'll want to make sure that you're just peeling it ever so lightly so that if one of the letters starts to come up, you might choose to take your weeding tool like this right here and hold down part of the letter in order to get around it, and just hold it down. This can, again, be a little bit tricky the first time through, and that's also one of the other reasons why I love making sure that I have cut off that extra media. It just helps to make sure that you don't accidentally get the vinyl sticking to itself, which can always be a problem while we're working on this. So again, I've gone through, I've got almost all of my letters done, and now we are working on our numbers. There's our 1, and finally our 0. So you can see here, we've got all of that basically done. I'm going to throw away that extra vinyl, and then you can take your weeding tool right here and use that to dig in and pull out those center objects. I'm just going to stick it right there. Also, depending on the size of them, you can oftentimes just bend it in order to pull those out. So this has been an example of how we go through in order to get some basic letters and numbers completed within our vinyl. Once we have all of those done, you're going to want to just lie that out, and then you can go ahead and take the vinyl transfer tape, lay that down over the top, and that'll pull all of those stickers off in order, or all of those letters and numbers off in order, and then you can apply that to your other surface, whether it be a window, wall, or potentially a piece of signage.